Okay, so it is 6:30 Monday night, and we're here to help you guys. We have a good group that we all pitch in and we answer questions about natural healing. And I just got back from skiing up at Mammoth Mountain, beautiful, tons of snow, and was just powered by grape juice, just wonderful. It's so amazing to be able to go up to the mountains and not have to sit at a big breakfast like I was used to years ago. That's sort of the standard ritual about going skiing is you sit to a big, bacon and egg and toast and coffee and, maybe throw in a muffin or whatever, but just a lot of, potatoes for sure. So just a lot of food, the wrong kind of food. I mean, you're going to do an athletic, sport, and here you are putting acid mucus forming foods in the body that actually take energy away to digest. So, and I was actually observing people, at lunchtime, around 12:31, people break for lunch, and have these massive hamburgers and barbecue beef sandwiches and beer and French fries and all that kind of stuff. And I can remember doing that too. Your ski day is pretty much over after that. You're pretty much, down to the beginner runs and things like that, and just cruising and not really, and you start to stiffen up a lot towards the end of the day too, as all those acids come into the body. So, by just doing fruit, I'm, of course, burning a lot of energy. I'm getting a lot of energy out of the fruit, and of course, those fruit sugars, those beautiful monosaccharides. So it's just such a great way to ski, and just powered by fruit juice mostly. And I'm so glad I found this. So thank you, Master Fast, for that. I did it as an experiment while I was on the Master Fast back in November. So, anyways, it's good to be here, and we're going to just talk about natural healing. Basically, we're just relearning, basically. I was thinking that when I was growing up, the doctors were held in high regard on the television shows. We had, of course, Marcus Welby, MD, and then of course, what is that, Hospital or whatever, Hugh Laurie, genius guy that figures out everything. George Clooney. So the doctors are always the real smart ones, the ones that can figure it out and all that kind of stuff. And, it's really not the case in the real world. A lot of it's just treatment based. It doesn't really heal anything. It just kind of keeps you, on addicted to their drugs, for life, most of the time. And not really healing, just a treatment based system using, petroleum based pharmaceuticals. Just not really working. We're here to find a better, or just rediscover a better way. When you think about the intelligence of nature, I mean, it's so complex and so intelligent. It's best that we just kind of get out of its way. We just align with it. What is it, jujitsu or aikido, where you align with the energy of the opponent. You never try to get in the way of it. You let things go by you, things like that, but just in alignment with that energy, like surfing. That's what I know. If you don't align with that energy, you're quickly, clobbered by those waves. Once you get in perfect alignment with it, you get a heck of a good ride. So that's what we want to do. We want to turn ourselves back to nature and the healing powers of nature, and rediscover the infinite power that is nature. And how do we do that? Well, the way I've done it is, I listen to a lot of people, I read a lot of books, all that kind of stuff. But I also go out into nature, and I also reconnect with nature, and I study nature just from a personal way. How is nature doing certain things? And of course, it's great to learn about the animals. The primates, especially in the wild. They're mostly fruitarian and tender leafy greens and roots and things like that. So that's what we want to do. Being fruitarian doesn't actually mean you have to be 100% fruitarian. But certainly if you're 70% fruit, you're doing fantastic. So that's really the key, is to open up the kidneys, get those kidneys filtering the lymphatic waste out of the body, the acids, so we don't have sewage in the body. When the body stores sewage, that's what attracts these pathogens, these viruses, funguses, bad bacterias. parasites, worms, things like that. They love sewage. That's what they eat. They love those dark, there's certain animals in the realm of animals that just love feeding on junk. And these are the bad guys. So when we get rid of that, they have nothing to feed on. They come out. And Stephanie Ross was talking about turpentine and just the critters that were coming at her. Stephanie, if you're listening, everybody wants those pictures of those crustacean critters. I can't tell you how many people have sent me a note saying, please post those pictures. So this is a appeal to you to get those pictures. So yeah, so I haven't done the turpentine in that. It sounds really crazy, but the more I look into it, the more I'm tempted to give it a go, very slowly at first, of course. But anyways, we create an environment that these parasites don't like, and that's a clean, free-flowing lymphatic system. Lymphatic system, once again, 3 times bigger. Some people say up to 5 times bigger than the blood system. It's the largest fluid system in the body, yet not very well understood, certainly by the medical community. If it wasn't for Dr. Morse, I don't think any of us would have heard of it. But so yeah, this huge lymphatic system, this huge sewer system, huge immune system that we need to pay attention to, because the doctors aren't going to do it for us. So we need to do it ourselves and learn about it. And basically, it's so simple. Just get the kidney door open with herbs, with dry fasting, and with a high fruit diet, and some certain physical protocols you can do to actually stimulate those kidneys as well, including moving. Just the actual movement. Deep breathing and actually bouncing is really good. Brisk walking, swinging your arms and legs, and just really get out there and move. Lymph doesn't have a pump like the blood system. So yeah, just learning to move lymph and learning to clean it and getting the kidneys back in order. Most people die of kidney failure. Most problems can all be tracked back to weak kidneys. So if we start to learn more and more about the kidneys and their functions, you're not going to get this out of standard textbooks either. They really don't talk about much of a lymphatic connection with the kidneys. But Dr. Morse has researched this a lot, and certainly the proof is in the healing. When we do pay attention to the kidneys, when we do get them opened up and we do see cloudy urine coming out, we start to heal. And this is the magic. So anyways, we're realigning with nature, with the power of the plants. Plants are so powerful. These herbs are here for us, for our healing. It's not a coincidence that you find dandelions and plantain herbs and things like that just outside your front window. They're everywhere. Nature has put them right in front of our noses, yet we don't have the eyes to see them, most of us. So these are wonderful healers that are really considered weeds. And so we want to get reacquainted with these. And so that's it. So that's my opening salvo, I guess. But it's really simple, and putting the trust back in nature is the key. We've been taught to trust the guys in the white coats and the guys with the big brains that had that were the top in the class and all that. But this is not an intellectual thing. It's so complex. It's so gigantic. It's so magnificent that we really need to learn to just align with it and not have to intellectualize it, because we'll never get there. So the intellectual path, in my view, is not the way to go. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we have Stephanie Rodriguez. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here. So if you're new, great. If you're not, welcome back. We have Jorge. Yeah, Jorge's been here. Hello. What are your thoughts on practicing proper breathing? I'm a big fan of breathing. I've been getting more and more into it. I've been doing, looking at Wim Hof. He knows how to really energize with the breath. Claims that you can really get the alkaline pH down in the blood system very, very quickly. I haven't tested. I should do that with some strips. But see if I can't get my mouth saliva pH way down after some breathing. I'll have to do some tests. But he claims that in tests you can actually drop the pH of the blood. I think the pH of the blood, it likes to be around 7.4. So if you're running less than that, actually the lower number, the more acidic you are, you can realkalize that blood, and possibly the lymphatic system too. I really don't know what the connection is with that. with breath alkalization of the lymphatic system, there might be a connection there. But certainly, just moving that diaphragm and expanding that chest back and forth, lymph likes to move in kind of an accordion level way. That's what we do when we do the hot and cold showers, is we get an accordion action going, so we can squeeze and then loosen, squeeze and then loosen. And you can do that with your muscles too. That's a very good thing to do. It's just they call it isometric exercises. So I do a thing that I was actually taught by a spiritual teacher, where I actually squeeze. It's a routine where I squeeze in 20 different segments every single muscle in my body in the morning. And he was saying it's just to activate the body, to get you reacquainted with the body. But I believe it actually is stimulating the lymphatic system too. So simply just squeezing. I know with the one of the tricks with the arms, if you make a fist, that will get you right here in the forearm. If you make an O, that'll get you here in the bicep. So fist O, fist O, fist O. That's a good way to stimulate those arms. And lifting up the big toe will get the calves, just lifting up the big toe. And then practice raising the kneecap. If you can see your kneecap raised, you're going to get the thighs too. So just a couple little tricks there to help you get that. But yeah, big fan of breath work. Definitely Wim Hof, and the pranayama and the breath of fire I like as well. But there's many techniques in breathing. I should actually do some videos on that, but I'm a big fan. Stephanie, can a person on dialysis reverse this condition? Yeah, many people have. It's hard, once you get on dialysis, the longer you're on it, the more addicted your body becomes to it, and it's really harsh on the body. In my view, if I was on dialysis, I would want to really work on my kidneys big time, and get them opened up and filtering, and try to get off of that. But it's all about, when you're at that stage, though, you're pretty late in the game. But everything can be healed, everything can be regenerated. There are many instances of people doing that, coming off of dialysis. And one of the things is, we cannot believe that we can live and eat and do whatever we want, and there's a pill or there's a machine that's going to save us and prolong our life. And like dialysis, there are consequences, there are repercussions, and so we have to take in an alkaline diet. We have to take in the diet we're designed for, so we don't have inflammation, so we don't have acidosis, and we don't develop an immune response in the body, which is mucus and inflammation. So working on the kidneys is really important, of course, on dialysis. That goes without saying. But that's really about moving lymph. It's dissolving the obstructions in those kidneys. It's getting the lymph moving, getting them filtering, getting the adrenal glands up, of course. A person, by the time that they're on dialysis, when your kidneys are that bad, you have systemic acidosis all through the body. Multiple things are shutting down. They're just clogged with mucus, inflammation. But that is reversible, as is anything. The healing power of nature is infinite, and it's just realigning back with it. What choice is there? To remain on dialysis and still go out to come off dialysis and go out to the Olive Garden for endless breadsticks and endless pasta? I don't think so. And that's just a person who doesn't know. That's a person whose lack of information is really hurting them. So I don't know. Hopefully they have a good doctor who can advise them on how to come off of that. But you definitely have to work with a doctor, and you have to learn about natural healing and what inflammation is, and how to fix those kidneys. You got to work with both when you're that far down the line. You don't want to just say, well, I'm unplugging from the dialysis machine and I'm going to go on fruit. No, you're going to hurt yourself. And so you've got to dance between, when you're in these kind of conditions, you have to dance between the allopathic methods that you have basically turned yourself over to, and you have to return to nature. but that has such a grip on you. Coming back to nature is going to be a bit of a struggle. You have to use a lot of judgment, a lot of finesse, and either get information from the good people, or do the research on your own and figure it out. But certainly, learning about kidney filtration, learning about moving lymph and cleaning the lymph system is certainly really key to that. And and what causes kidneys to inflame? Well, it's usually an acid forming diet hitting you hard. A lot of proteins. If you got kidney problems, you want to run from proteins. I was just thinking. I have a In-N-Out burger across the street. Just a block and a half away, and I was just figuring, God, what is a person? Okay, so they just got off work. Okay, they had a stressful day, and maybe they had a Subway for lunch, and now they're sitting in their car after fighting traffic, and they're hungry, so they're in the line over at In-N-Out Burger, and the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna just start guzzling down a Coca-Cola, which is 3 pH, super acidic with all that sugar too, right? And so they're hitting their body with all those acids right away. Body's in shock, inflammatory response comes in to fight those acids. Now they're going to hit it with grains and or maybe they're going to have a chocolate shake too. So they got the dairy involved. But if they're going to have a hamburger, okay, after that Coke, they've got or during that Coke, so they're using acids to wash down an acid mucus forming dinner. They've got the grains, they've got the bread, highly processed grains. They've got the meat, which is high protein, which is really acidic, really can lock the kidneys up there. They've got the cheese on there. They got that mucus-forming dairy, the most mucus-forming thing in the world. They probably got mayo on that thing. Then they got the French fries. So they're really each time they do that, they're just going backwards, 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 backwards. So those are the kinds of things you have to avoid when you are any person really, but when you're this far down the line, you got to get away from that stuff. Okay. So that's it. Let's move on to the next one. Jeannie, hello, Mark and everyone. Hi, Jeannie. We got Darcy back. Hi, Darcy from Mount Shasta. Hey, everyone. Love y'all. Love you, Darcy. I guess you guys, are you still skiing up there in Mount Shasta Ski Park? I don't know. Mammoth's going to stay open until August, they're saying. And then I think Squaw's going to stay open for the whole entire year. They have so much snow. It's unbelievable the amount of snow up there. But fantastic. Okay, so Terrell's here. Okay, from Salt Lake. Conscious breath gets me through cravings, stress, dry fasting, and teenagers with grace and ease. I say go for it, Jorge. All right, that's a good pep talk there. Yeah, I definitely during the hunger cravings, just doing some deep breath work really gets you those hunger cravings for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of research on it, on breath work. Absolutely. The pranayam. John Cornwall, I would like your feelings about much more you get out of 144-day master fast versus 44-day or some other number physically, mentally, and spiritually. I don't know there are some people who have done 144 days. I don't know. I am not on a full-blown master fast. I'm bouncing around because I'm testing different things. I'm doing the raw grape juice, which I loved. I was skiing in the mornings on the raw grape juice, and then I had to go to the cooked when I ran out. But I love the raw. I love the energetics of the raw. I love how good it makes me feel. But the pasteurized is a deeper cleaner. So you have to make your choice there. I particularly like the raw myself. I like it cold pressed, not heated, just because I think it's more of an alignment with nature. I look at the Newman's grape juice that I get from Costco, and it's pasteurized, it's cooked, it's from concentrate. They say there's no additives, no sugars, none of that, but I think there's a little citric acid in there. But it just looks and feels fake to me. But I can only talk about the maximum that I have gone on a full-blown master fast is 44 days. So I can't talk beyond that, really. I can say that that physically it's extremely deep cleaning, especially to the GI tract. It is uh, very, very alkalizing to the body. I felt very, very fluid throughout. Um, did not lose a lot of weight, which is really amazing. The first 10 days, I lost all the weight. It was like 12, 15 pounds, and it's stabilized, even though towards the end, I was drinking only a quart of juice a day, 1 quart of juice a day. So, spiritually, fantastic. You know, I think when you have that much energy going through you, number one, from all that monosaccharide sugar, all that just fantastic energy, and then you're getting, you're cleaning deep, deep down into the cellular level, all that mucus and pus and amyloid plaque, they call it. You're getting such, the cells are operating so efficiently, all of them, brain cells, nerve cells, all those are operating much more efficiently just because they're not gunked up. You've cleaned the windshield, so to speak, on them. So they're just communicating better with each other. Everything's communicating better. Spiritually, um, I believe only if you're directing your energy towards spiritual things like meditation, like spiritual studies, going out into nature, things like that, trying to, barefooting, all these things, trying to reaccess your connection with nature and spirit. Yeah, you're going to have more energy for that. You're going to be clearer. Your mind's going to be clearer. You're kind of, I believe, when you're doing these really, really great cleanses, and Master Fast certainly is one of those, and so is a 40-day grape juice and lemon, like Dr. Morse recommends. These are very, very high level. And Dr. Morse always talks about his orange juice, experience. He did 49 days on oranges. And he said that he had to stop because he was just out of body. He was lifting off, he wasn't very grounded. So yeah, these can actually unground you and make you more, I guess, more prone to astral travel, more prone to, depending on where you're at, more psychic abilities, more connection to spirit, more downloads. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the downloads. I tend to get them when I'm in the ocean or when I'm in the shower, when I'm really truly grounded. Just these ideas that come in, these sparks of intuition and knowledge, and just, you're given these, I call them aha moments. They're hits. They're hits. I think they're divine. I really do. Divine, knowledge being imparted to us. And so that improves. Everything improves, the whole body system as it's designed is really a high functioning mechanism. And as you clean it up, you'll get more and more of that. It's kind of like going from who's old enough to remember the 28.8 dial-up modems, and we used to have to use these things and dial in and then get on AOL, and it's very slow bandwidth. So when you really clean at this deep level with these grape juice and dry fasting and all this kind of stuff, you really upgrade to, I call it the high-speed internet. And that brings with it physical, mental, and spiritual gifts. Okay? Highly recommended. Highly recommended. I'm still cleaning mucus out. I got a long way to go. Rosaline made it. All right, Rosaline is here. Good. Crystal Hippie's here again. All right. Good to see you. John Cornwall. Why not 444 days? That's my number. Master Fast is a way of life. You can go on and on forever. Well, you guys are good. You guys are good. I don't know, man. My jury's still out. My jury is still out. I'm trying to, I don't know. I don't know. I love the idea of living on grape juice, but I don't know. I'm still playing with different things, and yeah, nutrition isn't what it's all cracked up to be. That's for sure. But I think I'm approaching it from this angle, like I was talking about earlier. What are we designed to do? What is nature's intent for us? In a perfect world, I know we have free will, but if we're aligned in the most pure way to Mother Nature, how should we eat? How should we exist? That's what I'm looking at. And I know the case is that, well, this time it's different because we've been polluted and, GMOs and Monsanto and chemtrails and this and that. That's why we have to do it different. That's why we have to, go to the extremes of pasteurized bottled grape juice, So I'm not buying it 100%. I'm not. I know that they're getting some great results over there. There's also great results on grape juice fast as well, grape and lemon. Better bowel cleaning though, really, yeah, more mucoid plaque, yeah, just a lot of sludge coming out with that grape juice, with that pasteurized grape juice. But 440, yeah, I've always kind of been a person that takes the middle path. I don't go extreme to one side or the other. I mean, to some people they think I'm extreme, but really, I as I move up, I always try to not go as hard as I could or as light as I could. I kind of try to always take a middle path. I always try to flow down the middle and just measure everything. But we're all on different paths. And Crystal Hippie, if you go 444, just let me know how you're doing. Keep me posted how that's going. Yeah. Jorge, I've been doing Wim Hof technique. Good. As of the cold shower after a steam sauna. Yeah, boy. We're domesticated animals when you really think about it. We really are. We're soft. We live in our places with the heater on. Then we, bundle up a jacket just to walk out to the car, in the wintertime. And then we get in that car and the first thing we do is turn on the heater, this and that. I think that in aligning with nature, getting cold and getting too hot and all these things, I think it strengthens us. I think it helps move lymph. I think it helps stimulate the body. I think we're meant to do this. Animals. I have a cat that will not come in the house no matter how cold it is. I've tried and tried and tried. She does not like Bitsy at all. And so this cat is tough as nails. Raining, almost hailing, super cold. Cat will not come in. So enjoys it, doesn't mind those cold mornings, has gotten used to it. The body has toughened up and can handle those cold mornings. And in those days where it just never really warms up, and she still won't come in. So I think we can do a lot better to toughen ourselves up. I don't think, humans are cold weather animals. We do our best when we have some adversity. So I think, we don't want to be too domesticated. I think we want to keep pushing ourselves a little bit. And certainly cold showers. I mean, cold showers are so stimulating. I mean, they stimulate the nerves, they stimulate the blood, the lymph, everything. I mean, they're just incredible. Talk about waking you up. A lot of people, they'll do these when they really need to wake up, and you just feel so much different afterwards. And when you go to hot, and you start out hot, and then you crank it down to cold and go back up, it's going to be a lot easier when the summertime comes around. Actually, we got a lot of warmth in Ventura now. Very, very warm here now. So these things are easy. So really, really good, Jorge. I want to add it to my workouts instead of putting pressure to my breathing. Well, do them all, do them all. Andy, hey, Mark, just wondering what your thoughts are on hot springs. Ours are sulfur with a pH level of 6.8. The alkaline is primarily the result of potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sodium ions. I really want to explore that more. I know we have some great hot springs up here in Ojai and Matilaha hot springs. They're very, very sulfury, and I don't know. I mean, you must get a lot of absorption of that sulfur in the body, so maybe they're not so good. I know it's an organic sulfur. This is a great question for Dr. Morse. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I love them. I feel so good when I'm in them and when I get out of them. But I'm just wondering if the sulfur does seep in and actually get into our GI tract. It's a great question that I really don't know the answer to, and I don't know Dr. Morse's ideas on it. I'm gonna, I'm gonna try and get that question to him, Andy. If I get the answer, I'll talk about it here. But good question. Andrew, Tai Chi has similar aspects. Yeah, Tai Chi is really wonderful because you're actually doing a bit of that, uh, you know, um, isometrics with it, and you're moving the body. So it's really good, and it's low impact. Anybody can do it. Really good. Seeking balance. Hi, Mark. Enjoy watching your show each week. All right, good. Yeah, good to have you here. I enjoy doing these. This is always, I always look forward to this. Jorge, yoga synergy is a good one for proper breathing, and he uses it for his yoga poses and trying to regulate normal breath while doing a weight workout. Yoga synergy. So this, I'm taking this as a YouTube. Let us know, Jorge. Facilitate 300 is bad. The problem I'm having is everybody around me wants to go drink and go out to eat and go party. Yeah, it's everybody's dilemma. I just feel really isolated. I'm super skinny and I don't want to go out in public because I'm so skinny. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, all right. So, I think the first part of your question is yeah, I was taking it as they want to go out and eat and drink and party, but you want to stay pure to your path. What I do is I always load up on food before I go out, or juice or whatever you're doing. That way you're not tempted. And if it's going to be a long drawn out dinner, you can off the appetizer menu. You can usually get a side salad or something something that'll keep you on the path. Maybe some fruit, maybe some steamed veggies. You may want to go to potato or baked potato, baked sweet potato, whatever. But there's ways you can eat fairly clean. Um, Usually off the main menus, though, it's really hard. Most restaurants are really based around meat and protein. So that can make you feel isolated. But I would say just don't let it be a factor. You don't have to call attention to yourself. Just order some things off the appetizer menu. Or if they have a main course salad, that's what I do, and I just tell them, can we substitute more avocado for the meat? You know, but all depends where you're at. As far as your self-image, it's hard to be, I know when you're doing master fast and these kinds of juice fasts and things like that, you can drop weight and feel skinny. It's hard to be really, really too skinny though. Sometimes your body will drop you down in order to do some deep clean, then bring you back up. But I just say, use your judgment on that, of course. But love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself that you have so much control, self-control, and that you have so much understanding and such a big heart to be able to embrace Mother Nature again. To be good, love yourself. Love yourself, and try to image yourself as beautiful, even though you feel a bit skinny. There's always clothes you can wear to make you feel a little heavier. But I hope it's not really the running line over at the Master Fast system is that they get down to almost concentration camp skinniness as part of the healing. So I don't know, it's got to use your judgment on that. But these are just a couple tips and tricks that maybe can help you. Michael Hood, hi Mark. Have you witnessed any cases of people reversing male pattern hair loss through detoxification or raw food eating? Yes, there's a lot of people that have grown hair back in various degrees. See, the thing with male pattern baldness is that it is a genetic weakness, of course, and everybody has, people that are balding have different levels of that genetic weakness. But that's a genetic weakness where if you're acidic up in the head, those acids are going to wreak havoc on those hair follicles. So the idea is to detoxify, get the lymph moving up in the head area, get those acids out of the head area, so that that you can alkalize up there, and the hair will regrow. But like I say, there's different levels of this male pattern baldness and this genetic weakness. But there's a thing called epigenetics that is more powerful than genetics. It's really the environment. So if you can realkalize yourself, get the lymph moving, get the head alkalized. There's a lot of tricks to doing that. The neurolymphatic massage, the upper circulation, brain and nerve herbs, of course, standing on your head. I know it sounds ridiculous. Just moving lymph, cleaning out the GI tract, because that head won't drain properly unless the GI tract's clean. So, but there are many, there's probably some testimonials up on YouTube of people that have reversed it through that. I know that He Shou Wu, it's also called Fo Tea. It's a Chinese tonic herb that's very widely available, that has had a history of helping with hair loss and to actually reverse gray hair as well. And gray hair is a sign of weak genetics, of course, and acidosis in the scalp. Okay, so it's worth a shot, definitely. Yeah, just the more acid you get out of that scalp, the better. And you probably, you know, a lot of people with hair loss are experiencing dandruff and some of the skin issues too. Let me know if you have any skin issues like psoriasis and things like that. It's just a sign of acidosis in the skin. It's a sign your kidneys need to filter, and you need to really stimulate underneath those skin layers and really help open up that skin again. Okay, Rosaline, stop talking about food. It's killing me. Sorry about that. That's funny. You're Rosaline is doing a full-blown master fast here, and we're on day, what is it, day 33? I can't remember. 33, I think it is. Let's see here. Got Michael Hood. Hi, Mark. Have you? Oh, I'm sorry. No, we just read that. All right. So facilitate 300. I'm done with the master fast, 108 days. I want to start building muscles so I don't look so skinny. Okay, so you came off the master fast, you lost weight, and now it's time to go into the rebuilding phase. So the builders are going to be your green drinks and your salads. Okay, that's going to help you build, and the fruits. You know, the fruits can help too. But the green drinks, the superfoods, you know, Dr. Morse has his superfood blends with like royal jelly and some good herbs in there can help too. So and you know, a lot of the raw vegan bodybuilders and all that really get big without protein, without the meats and the grains, and certainly the dairy. The whey protein's ridiculously bad, but they can build. They really say it's about calorie intake and about how much you're, you know, how you're hitting the weight. So I'm not a big fan of weightlifting myself. I think it's a very acidic event, but certainly light weights are fine. And then yeah, so the green drinks, the superfoods, and the salads should really help you in that. Let us know how you do. Also, I want a girlfriend, but I'm afraid of what they will think. About what? About you being a weirdo fruitarian? I don't know. About you being too skinny. Well, do the, you know, get on the building program, and you know, the weights can really help you build muscle. You know, if that's combined with the calories from you know, from the foods that are going to build you, as I just mentioned. So yeah, that sounds. I mean, it sounds like it's really just an issue of the intake of calories and the amount that you're hitting the gym, and you should start building pretty quickly. There's a guy, Ian Michael Myers, who looks great, and he's fruitarian, raw vegan, and this guy's huge. And you might want to look at his videos. But good luck on that girlfriend thing, and hopefully you'll find somebody who's aligned with you in what you're doing and that understands you. Andrew, where can you get info on master fasting? Okay, masterfastsystem.com, masterfastsystem.com. Excellent Facebook page too, the Master Fast System on Facebook. Wonderful. Lots of support over there, Andrew. Z. Kirstina's back with a smile. Good to see you. Stephanie, I can't hear Mark. I think we're good. I think I think we're good. Yeah, I got all systems go here. You might have unplugged or something. I don't know. If I get that again, I'll have to do something though. Crystal Hippie, I get downloads when I float in an isolation tank. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, when you take stimulation away from the body, external stimulation through floating, you go weightless, so you lose the gravity stimulation. The water is at body temperature, so you lose temperature stimulation. You shut off noise and light. You can go very, very deeply. Joe Rogan is a real fan of those isolation tanks. And there's one down in Venice. Let me know if there's some around here, Crystal Hippie, in Ventura. I've never seen them around here. Maybe there's some in Santa Barbara. See, Christine, last week I talked to Stephanie Ross about turpentine. She mentioned a secret turpentine group on Facebook. I'm interested in that. I think she gave the secret to you. Yeah, if you guys want to get on, make sure you're my friend on Facebook, and then I can add you to that group. I've been adding so many people. That talk with Stephanie got me so much response, you guys. I mean, you are all so interested in turpentine. I was just bringing it up because it just sounded so radical to me, and I wanted to talk to her about it because she was such a big fan. But yeah, so many people were hitting me up. But I'll be happy to add you to the group. Anybody who wants to get on, just make sure you're my friend on Facebook. I'll friend you, and then I will add you. If you're not added in a couple of days, I know the admin over there takes a little time. Get back to me and remind me, okay? Because a lot of people are hitting me up for that, and I've added quite a few people. Rosaline, why is urine not very acid pH when you start detoxing? Well, that is because your kidneys are filtering acids when your urine is acidic because the acids are being expelled from the body. If you have alkaline urine, you're not doing a good job of getting acids out of the body. Two people started during kidney filtration after dry fasting tests high 6 pH, which is so close to neutral. I thought it would be more acidic. 7 is neutral. 6 is on the acid side. That's pretty acidic for urine, actually. Anything below 6.8 is getting acidic in the urine. Facilitate 300. Why do we have buttons if we are not supposed to eat? Why do we have buttons if we're not supposed to eat? I don't understand that. Why do we have buttons if we're not supposed to eat? Oh, buttholes. Sorry. We're supposed to eat. I think we're supposed to eat. Although some say eating keeps us in this realm. I don't know. There's a lot of information coming out on basically breatharians. I'm sure there are some yogis that really have got it down to hardly anything. I was at the Earth Day Fair up in Santa Barbara this weekend. They have a machine that actually pulls water out of the air, and yeah, it just pulls the moisture out of the air. He told me they add a little bit of like 5 parts per million of calcium in the water just to make it taste better and make it softer. It was the best tasting water, really, really good. I mean, I had some other water shortly after. I could barely drink it. This was really good water. So certainly, I think with proper breathing techniques, you can pull the water out of the atmosphere. According to Gino, you can live on plasma, the nitrogen in the plasma in the air. So I don't know, things are changing so fast. I really believe that we're really going through a massive upgrade now on this planet. So I'm not putting anything past, but anyways, I believe that most of us are mortals and we do need to eat, yes. But we need to eat alkalizing foods, not acid forming processed foods. We just realign with nature. Nature put these wonderful fruit trees here. And, being in nature, eating the fruit that is dropped by the tree is actually offering of the tree for us. Eating the fruit off a tree doesn't kill the tree, doesn't harm the tree. waiting for it to fall off the tree is being blessed and offered that fruit from Mother Nature. So I believe the fruit trees are really here for us, and we don't have to kill anything. Some say even when you pull a carrot out of the ground, you're actually killing that carrot. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with the carrots, but anyways, um, but yeah, we do need we do need to eat. I do. Eugene did the grape fast for 2 weeks only for the sole purpose of trying it and ridding of mucoid plaque. Second day, and Beelzebub and Beelzebub was all coming out. After that, I just went back to normal grapes. Okay, all right. You did 2 weeks of the grape juice. Okay, all right. So you got the mucoid plaque kicked in. I'm taking you were doing the pasteurized, and now you're back to normal grapes. Okay, so good. Yeah, just that's what I'm doing. I'm playing around. I'm not so strict as I was on that first one, just because I want to try different things, and certainly have not been kicking out the mucoid plaque to the levels I did on the pure pasteurized. But I feel better. I feel more solid. I feel more, as you guys know, I was going through a pretty hard time. My dad passed away recently, and there's been a lot of stresses there. And it just, for me to really endure just the pasteurized grape juice was not something. I think I needed more of the grounding energy of the whole fruits and the raw grapes especially. And yeah, that was just too aggressive, I think, for me. It was too much. It would just be too much work. So I'm playing around, in that regard. But normal grapes are certainly very aggressive, you guys. Don't underestimate. I mean, I speak like, oh gosh, I've really downgraded myself because I'm having, I'm not having just pasteurized grapes, and but just the raw grapes are super powerful too. And I am doing the modified master fast too with the salads and things like that too. So I'm playing around with it all, and to varying degrees. And that I think I can do for life. And throwing a couple cheats here and there just for fun. Keep your sanity. Wonderful. Do it for life. Eugene, also about the cold showers, I also changed to just cold showers. It changes you. Yeah, I'll bet that does. Whether it's the intense breathing or the moving of body fluids, it's all good. I believe that's all good stuff. I think you're an inspiration too. I might start switching to just the cold showers, because it is. You really come out and you just feel so good. My back gets really straight. I stand up real. My shoulders drop. Everything looks tight. The skin is all tight. And you just feel really stimulated. Your brain's on fire. Just feels really good. And you do that deep breathing. You are moving lymph. But I do like the idea of heating up the body. You're taking lymph is a lipid-based system, and you take it and you kind of melt everything down and get it all viscous, I guess. And then you hit it with that cold and contract it, and then open it up again. Something to be said for that too. Jorge, yes, that's his YouTube channel, Yoga Synergy. He does some crazy yoga poses. Oh, cool. I'll go check that out. Thank you. I appreciate that. Christine, a question. I heard you mention that Dr. Morse lymph tincture is great for floaters in the eyes. Is that to be put directly in the eye or internally or both? Well, the floaters, he actually makes an eye wash specifically for the floaters. Now, and there are instructions with that to put it in an eye cup mix. I think you mix it with distilled water. But also, when you're moving lymph up in the head, eye floaters are a sign of lymphatic backup in the eyes, lymphatic backup in the head. So when you learn to move lymph in the head region, you're gonna get better eyesight. You're gonna clear the floaters out. You're gonna get better hearing. You're gonna get the mucus and pus out of those ear canals and all that. You're going to get better neurological connections, so you're going to have better eyesight, better hearing. All the senses, all those 5 senses are going to improve. Okay? So it's both an internal thing and an external thing. The external thing is just going to help you. And there are lymphatic herbs in the eye wash that actually pull. There are astringents that will pull the mucus out of the eyes. And when the eyes back up, all kinds of problems come in. And I have genetically weak eyes because my father had macular degeneration, cataracts, the whole deal, real bad. Probably at a younger age than I'm at now. So, and during my detoxes, I've had a lot of eye healings. So I know that I have work to do and continue to work to do because of the genetic weaknesses. So it's both internal and external. I hope that answers your question there. Andrew, I went raw and floaters just ended in my case. Good. Yeah, some people, just by getting on a good diet, getting away from the mucus acid forming foods, they just heal so quickly. Some of us are so strong, the body just goes, oh yeah, and the healing just comes right in. So good, I'm glad to hear that. Others may take some time. Doesn't matter, unless you've been, unless you're on your deathbed, we've got time. We have time to just get the ship turned around in the right direction and move in the right direction. All right. Thanks, Mark, from Facilitate 3. You bet. You bet. Good luck on getting that girlfriend. And yeah, find somebody that's aligned with you. I know opposites attract, but find somebody that's aligned with you that gets you, that you're not a freak. Okay, just because you don't like to go to the Olive Garden. I'm going to stop picking on the Olive Garden. I'm going to go, let's pick on the Macaroni Grill next. Or actually, the one in Ventura just closed down. I guess they weren't successful. Who wants to eat at the Macaroni Grill? It's not a good name. We'll pick on, let's see. Let's pick on Chick-fil-A. Let's pick on Chick-fil-A. Let's go to a place, Deep Fried Everything. They sent me a thing in the mail. We're going to give you free stuff to come over to Chick-fil-A. They were offering like a free sandwich and all that. I just threw it in the trash. Get out of here. Probably tons of MSG in that anyways. You guys know that Colonel Sanders made his fortune by understanding monosodium glutamate and putting it in that secret chicken recipe, which got everybody addicted to MSG. My gosh. Rosaline, having trouble with contrast, hot and cold showers due to my condition. My hands turn white with cold and takes 3 to 5 minutes to return to normal. Right now it's okay. So I'm trying to move with rebounding. Yeah, just do the best you can. Just go in the right direction. So turn it up hot and then kind of come down, to a cool. Just do something. Just, if you can't go full hot to full cold, just kind of do what you can. Things will start moving. They'll start improving. Okay. And, yeah, you got circulation issues, of course, thyroid issues, of course. So you want to, yeah, move rebounding. Fantastic. Yeah. Any of those things that'll stimulate the flow of lymph, the breath work also, the neurolymphatic massages, all that stuff, skin brushing, all that kind of stuff. Any kind of stimulation. Stagnation is death, you guys. Movement is life. It's really as simple as that. And we have herbs to help us move. Herbs will pull, and some of the fruits like the lemons actually pull. They're astringent. That combination of the astringency of the lemons and the energetics and the high flavonoids and the nutrition of the grapes is just such a great combination, you guys. It's just a major healer. Throw in a few herbs in there and you've got something. Amanda, how do you know if you're not absorbing nutrients properly? Well, most of us aren't. That's why this supplement business is so huge. And this mega nutrition just to get something in the body because most of it just goes right by us. I would say that there's a lot of signs that you're not absorbing nutrients properly. It's if you're super skinny, of course you got malabsorption. That means your GI tract is blocked. You got so much plaque in there, mucoid plaque. Your bowels are inflamed because they're acidic. You've been hitting them with so much acid chemistry. They're just in a state of inflammation, so they don't absorb anything. When you have pus and mucus trying to defend against acids, intercellularly, how are you going to absorb? You can't. It's really hard. That's why most people eat a ton of food and they don't get a lot of nutrition. Their adrenals shut down. They can't metabolize the sugars, so they stores it as fat. I mean, it's just a mess. So that's a good sign if you're super skinny. If you're overweight too, it's actually a sign you're not absorbing properly. Believe it or not, like I just talked about. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I know that now that I'm at these high levels of cleanliness, I don't need a lot of food. I don't need a lot. I don't eat a lot. I don't need it. And that's a great sign you're absorbing properly when you don't need a lot of food. When your glands are not functioning properly, if you've got, okay, so let's say the parathyroid's not functioning properly. So you've got a little bit of depression. You've got varicose and spider veins. You've got your joints are starting to go weak, your skin sagging, a million signs of structural weakness in the body, hemorrhoids and hernias and all these things, sagging organs, prolapsing, uteruses and bladders. It's a sign you're not absorbing or utilizing calcium properly. There's many, many signs. The idea is to get the pus and mucus out of the glands, out of the bowels, and you'll start functioning properly. Okay. But most conditions are conditions of the glands not working properly, and the glands, especially the adrenal glands, are really where a lot of the nutrients and minerals are utilized. And so if you're not utilizing the minerals properly, you're not going to absorb them properly. So I know it's a long-winded thing, but it all kind of is interconnected. Butterfly breakfast. Hi, Mark. I've lurked since sometime around last Thanksgiving and just wanted to drop in and let you know what a blessing you and your live show have been to me. Thank you. Be blessed. Be blessed to you, Butterfly breakfast. Thank you so much for saying that, and thank you for blessing our group. I really appreciate it. We're here to help. We're here to help each other, and like I always say, healing is about receiving and giving back. And that's why we're all here. We're all giving back and we're all taking. So it's a good free flow of exchange here. We have Falan Dafahao. Hello, listening and learning. Peppermint oil, a few drops, kills appetite. You've been rubbing it in your skin, and I'm going back to trying this from years ago. Scary with prices and hair falling out. Okay, so let's break this down. Peppermint oil, a few drops, kills appetite. I didn't know that. Interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to research that. Rubbing it, even rub it in your skin, so that'll kill appetite. Didn't know. I know it aids with digestion. Certainly makes your breath feel great. I'm going back to trying this. Good, from years ago. Scary with prices and hair falling out. I don't know about the scary with prices comment and hair falling out. Hair falling out is acidosis, again, like I talked about. When you're acidic, your hair gets all dry. God, I see so many people dry, just hair, and it starts to break off and fall out. Just acid is just wreaking havoc in the subcutaneous layers of the body. Easily fixable. Just got to move lymph and stimulate those areas. Get the kidneys filtering, move the lymph, and specifically go after that skin. The hot and cold showers, the neurolymphatic massage, standing on your head, the stimulations, rubbing some, coconut oil, castor oil. The oils are very, and acid, that can help too. Rosaline, no, only day 3, laughing out loud, long road ahead. Okay, so you just joined the Master Fast day 3. Good. Let us know when the mucoid plaque comes. I got mine on this last Master Fast after a day and a half. Took me, I think it was 8 or 10 days to get it on the first one. So it gets easier to get that mucoid plaque. When you get mucoid plaque coming out, guys, this is a blessing. This black, sludgy tar. Unbelievable. Falan, it's all good. Blessings. Thanks. Thank you. Alicia, where does one buy juicy, highest quality, clean fruit? That's always a local thing. Depends where you are. Farmers markets can be good. Start talking to the farmers. Look at them. You can tell by looking at people, you guys. If they got their eyes are all bloodshot and yellow and red, and they're all bloated looking, and just stay away. I like to buy from the hippies. It's my personal thing. I love the hippie growers. We have a lot of them here in the Ojai Ventura area. Um, but do the best you can. If you can't, go to Trader Joe's, get the non-organics, wash the heck out of them. I've upgraded since I did that video. I like to take salt, sea salt, and throw it on my grapes. Rinse them off real good first. Throw sea salt and baking soda and massage them. Just give them a good massage for about a minute. You'll see that stuff peel off, that kind of waxy stuff. That is actually produced by the grapes to help them seal in the moisture. But that waxy stuff can hold some pesticides and toxic residues. So I like to do that, massage them, and then I rinse them with water again, and then I hit them with some white vinegar, give them a good bath, and scrub them, and then rinse them again. And then you can use. I have that ozonator I got off eBay in my video. You can ozonate them too. And then I just throw them in my NutriBullet. I hit them for about 2 seconds, open them up. I throw them in a strainer bag, and then I cold press them with my handy dandy card jack homemade do-it-yourself press. And that's how I do it. Wonderful. Also, which is the most astringent, grape, orange, or watermelon? I gotta say the watermelon is the most powerful for me. I can barely handle it. It is just, man, it throws me into healing crisis so fast. So that is the most powerful for me. Orange juice is pretty powerful too. Grape just by itself is more of an energetic for me. But certainly watermelon is the most pulling and sends me into the healing effects very quickly. Ventura Float Center. Oh, we have one here. Thank you. I didn't know that. Good. All right. Andra, peace mark. Peace to you, Andra. And thank you for your sharing. So much love through healing. Absolutely. Absolutely. It really is it's all about love. It really is. It's about loving ourselves. It's about loving ourselves enough to accept the healing. Without getting too spiritual, I really believe there's healing. Call them angels, call them just Mother Nature, whatever, Pachamama, whatever you want to call it. There's just healing forces all around us that are just waiting for us to call them in. If we open our heart and really, really call in the healing, it comes. As long as we make the deal that we're going to give back too, that will become a healing channel. We can call it in, and yeah, it really is. It is a love vibration for sure. And but the angels are sitting up there going, "Why isn't anybody calling?" They're like the Maytag repairman. Nobody calls. So call them in. That's what prayer's for. Call them in, and it doesn't have to have the label prayer. It just means just asking. Just I ask the divine for healing, and for making me a channel of healing, so I can share with others. And just say that with your heart. Open your heart up to that, and watch what happens. Watch what happens. It's truly amazing. Can you share your thoughts with the healing on healing the body of eczema, please? Thank you. Yeah, eczema is just acidosis. What happens is the skin is called the third kidney, and as our kidneys are blocked up, we hit them with proteins, they lock up. We hit them with acid-forming foods, which most of us, that's what we were raised on. That's all we know. When I was a kid, I would rather have a bowl of Fruit Loops sitting in milk. Just the most pus-forming, mucus-forming food on the planet. Pasteurized milk, absolutely horrible. I would rather have that than I'd rather have the Fruit Loops than an actual bowl of fruit. That's how addicted I was to those chemicals. And there's a lot of people that still would rather have the fake fruit, the fruit roll-up versus the fruit. The fruity pebbles, the fruity, Rooty Tooty Fresh and Fruity pancakes. I don't know. There's so many fake fruits out there I can't keep track. Fruit Loops. What are those candy things? Lifesavers, the fruit lifesavers. So anyway, so we got it. When we unlock those kidneys, they don't have to rely on the skin as a third kidney. In other words, they don't send as many acids out to the skin that they can't handle. So the skin is like the overload valve, basically. Okay, but when you're sending too much toxicity and acids to the skin, that starts to block up too subcutaneously. So now you've got the kidneys blocked up, and you've got the skin blocked up, so the acids can't escape. And now they start to destroy the body. They can destroy. They'll go after the weakest parts of your body first, your genetically weak parts first. And in time, they'll destroy you down to the cellular level, and they'll start destroying those cells. And those cells will start to mutate. And we all know what label that becomes. So eczema is a sign that your kidneys are shut down and that your skin is shutting down. So you want to work on getting kidney filtration. You want to help that skin out. The best thing you do for the skin is to work on the kidneys. But there's also things you can do. You can do dry skin brushing. You can do the hot and cold showers. There's skin herbs to help you do with that. Circulation, like we talked about, the rebounding, the breath work, the fast walking, all those things can help. But move lymph. You're getting eczema is acidosis, basically. So get the kidneys filtering and move the lymph. Herbs, high fruit, and the physical things we talked about. And of course, the dry fasting, you guys, a short-term dry fasting really helps open up those kidneys and remove those acids. Okay? Hope that helps, Andra. We got relaxing visuals. I cannot do the master fast. No matter what I do, I'm hungry all the time. I'm going to have to go back to bananas and dates. Okay, so you're not at that level yet. So bananas and dates are not detoxifying foods, but they're not acid forming foods. If that's the best you can do, then you can start slowly introducing in some oranges maybe, or some grapes. Grapes probably a better choice than oranges off the bat. Some of your sweet fruits, there's plenty of sweet fruits out there. There's peaches, plums, pears, apricots, strawberries, and then you can move up to the citrus, of course. Plenty to choose from in the citrus group too. But the grapes, if you can start introducing some grapes in, you're gonna do better. Yeah, Master Fast is way at the top of the mountain, you guys. A very, very high level of healing. Not everybody's ready for that. I get that. So do the best you can. The fact that you can do just these fruits, just these sweet fruits, is a sign that you're not super toxic. Some people, they start going to salads and they get into healing episodes right off the bat just by quitting the dairy, meat, and grains. They go into shock. So you're doing great. Just keep moving in the direction. You know the direction. You're listening to us, so you know the direction to go. Try to breathe less per minute. I've heard that too. Yeah, less breathing. Restricting the breathing too, doing that. Where you tighten up. There's an actual Hindu name for that. There's all kinds of techniques. I need to get better at it. 2 breaths per minute is ideal. Wow, that's amazing. To have control of the breath. I think I have control of the tongue, but now I have to work on control of the breath. There's so much to learn, you guys. It's all fun. Alicia, my teeth get really sensitive when I eat a lot of fruit. Yeah, a lot of people do. I've been brushing and swishing with baking soda, but still, owie. Any recommendations? Yeah. Get some pH test strips and check the alkalinity of your mouth. I would bet that you have an acid mouth, and of course you want to move the acids deeply within the body, up in the head, throat, neck region. A lot of times when we do get backed up, a lot of people are backed up all through here. Had their tonsils removed. A lot of lymph nodes in here, they're all backed up. So the head and the mouth could become, the gums, all that could become very acidic. And when you start to move lymph, you can you can start to hurt. The astringency starts pulling on that and starts to hurt. It's all about moving lymph, moving acids, and test the pH and see how you're doing. Look into neurolymphatic massages, especially in here. Look into cleaning up those lymph nodes. Look into moving that lymph. Of course, look into kidney filtration, and get on an herbal protocol. Get on high fruit, and yeah, definitely alkalize with the baking soda after eating the fruit. That'll help you. Heal all tea or Javana tea, or even using the lymph boost, making a tea out of the lymph boost from Javana, can help astringently pull on the gums and all that, and start moving the acids and getting the lymph flowing in the mouth area. Those long swishes of these teas are really, really good for the mouth, you guys. And there's so many minerals in there too, help mineralize you. But yeah, that would be my recommendation. Okay. We have Jorge with another question. I've been hold on one second here, you guys. I'm gonna try and, my window is so short here. I'm having a hard time. Okay. I'm gonna try and find Jorge again. I'm sorry, you guys. I skipped ahead. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, I've been also doing dry brushing, but I want to know, how can I tell my lymph is moving? Do I feel it in my body? The only way to really tell if your lymph is moving is to have kidney filtration. That's a sign you're moving lymph. That's the best sign. The fact that you're starting to heal is a sign also. But really checking that urine, you guys, pee into a glass jar in the morning especially, and see if you got clouds. That's a sign you're moving lymph. Okay, and I don't ever feel it in my body. Falan, right under earlobe between jaw and neck, I can feel a lymph node get smaller. That's when I know it's doing something. Yeah, okay, yeah. When the lymph nodes start to lessen, yeah, that's a sign. Good thought on that. Z. Kirstine, thanks, Mark. You bet. Thank you. We have Charis. Have you done any more personal research on turpentine? Yeah, I've been getting so much positive feedback, you guys. A few people have said it didn't do much for them because they had reasons, they weren't, their bowels were really clogged up, things like that. But I'm anxious to try it myself, and there's a lot of good feedback on it, and the interest, like I said, is really, really positive. Yeah, a lot of giant worms coming out, and clusters and sacks of worms coming out, candida disappearing quickly, achy joints disappearing within 30 minutes on some people. Some people, it's brain fog gone, like Stephanie, her testimony is brain fog gone very, very quickly. So yes, lots of good stuff. I haven't heard any long-term side effects, all that. Of course, I heard that WebMD was like, don't do this under any circumstance. It's poison label, all that. I heard they changed their tune a little bit. I have yet to read their post, but they said now that hey, worth looking into. So I'm gonna have to check that out myself. But I think it's worth looking into. I ordered a 16-ounce bottle. I ordered it from the Diamond G site, much less expensive than on Amazon. So I'm going to give it a try, guys. I'll report back to you. Of course, do your own research. Don't try this at home without you guys making your own choices. I'm just here as a guinea pig to help you guys out. So, reporting back from the trenches. Charis, I started Turpentine Protocol, and it has been very powerful. It feels like the parasites I've gotten rid of are no longer running the show, and I have a new sense of authority in my body. Yeah, I heard that, Charis, that these guys actually do run the show, and they control your thoughts too, and that there is a certain as the parasites die off, they get in a real bad mood, and you can get in a bad mood too, and get very, very kind of I don't know, almost tragic. As they die, a part of you is dying. This is what I've heard. So anyways, good riddance to them, I think. Yeah, so I'll report back more as I get into my own personal journey. But there's plenty of websites out there to do it. And like I said, that Facebook group I'll be happy to add you into if you make me a friend and send me a note. For Mr. Giggles is back. Hi, Mark. Not quite catching whether pasteurized group is more juice is more aggressive for lymph movement as opposed to raw grape juice. Doesn't Dr. Morse oppose pasteurization? Yeah, Dr. Morse is not a fan of pasteurization. He's more of a natural healer like myself. Gino claims it opens it up plasmatically and energetically. Um, Pasteurized juice is more aggressive at cleaning the GI tract. As far as moving lymph, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm still playing around with it. That's a test I should do, is checking my filtration on the raw and the pasteurized. I believe they're both very powerful. I really truly do. Um, I just think that by drinking this cooked grape juice in a plastic jar, so to speak, and all that, I guess we'd be more natural with the raw, is where I'm going. And maybe we don't need to be so aggressive, but cooking could be viewed as an alchemical process, um, making an elixir, so to speak. So, I'm not ruling it out completely. I'm not ruling it out, but living on it, I don't think so. As a short-term healing tool, yeah. And I'm questioning these really long fasts, like this 108 days. Do we really need to do this? I don't know. I'm just questioning everything. It's just part of my natural way. But certainly both are very, very healing. But I'm shifting more to the raw side now. And the middle path, again the middle path, you guys. um, Falan, there is probably an essential oil for teeth. This is my concern: teeth, hair, money. But I am definitely going to fast intermittent fruit only a couple times a week, then veggie soup, sunflower seeds. Power to you guys. Power to you, Falan. That sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a very, very good plan. Yeah, just look into the essential oils for the teeth. Not really up on all that, but I'm sure there's something there for that. Um, Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to alkalize that mouth, there's nothing better than the teas I spoke of that I've found. Coconut oil pulling is good too. Just swishing coconut oil out is very alkalizing to the mouth too. And like I say, the fats alkalize. They actually fight acids in the mouth. And there's probably some mineralization that comes in with the coconut oil too. Okay, but it sounds like a good plan you got going there. The middle path, you guys, the middle path is where I like to be. Okay, so a little bit of pasteurized, a little bit of raw, going back and forth, doing some salads, some veggie soups. It's all good. It's all good. All depends on how aggressive you want to get. Falan, not getting too skinny here. Forget that gotta have organic yogurt granola. But I'm stopping meat and eggs. Well, good, you're stopping meat and eggs. They're both super high protein, super mucus forming. Yogurt and granola, not a fan of dairy in any way. The probiotic thing, I can see why people do some of these ferments for the probiotic effects. Um, uh, but, um, in nature, what I'm getting is that if you're eating a natural diet that you're supposed to be eating, that you cannot stop that gut flora from proliferating, and the good kind of gut flora. So do we need to add probiotics in? I don't think so. I think if we just keep it natural, we're going to have a good balanced gut flora. There is an argument though that we're doing enemas and colonics and things like that to help us cleanse. So we do need to replace some. There's other ways to get it. I know Stephanie can talk about this. She was taking actually the kefir grains from Body Ecology, Donna Gates, and putting those kefir grains in the raw grape juice. and making herself a kind of a, a probiotic fizzing grape juice, like a grape soda with a lot of probiotics. And that sounded interesting to me. I'm going to find out more about that. So that'd be dairy free, plus you're getting some kind of probiotic action with the fruit, with the grapes. Kind of sounds interesting. But good work, Falan. I was doing chicken here and there. I'm gold. I'm going on that. I'm good on that, but I'm going to try fruit veggies as much as I can. Hopefully, I don't blow away. No, you're not going to blow away. Just keep the calorie count up and all that. Yeah, we can wean ourselves off with all this kind of stuff. I was listening to a guy named Paul Chek. I don't know if you guys know Paul. He's a really, really high energetic guy. He's in his 50s. He looks fantastic. He's like a Wim Hof kind of guy. He's a coach and a real fit guy and just a lot of power like Wim. Lots of chi energy built up, and he's he's a big pro guy on meat. He doesn't like you giving up meat, and talks about how when you give up meat, you give up a lot of your life force and all that. I have not found that to be the case. I am still running strong. I haven't had meat in years now, so I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. As long as you got the utilization up, like I talked about, and the absorption, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not missing it at all, you guys. And I don't even substitute with beans and any of that kind of stuff. I don't look for protein at all. I kind of avoid it, to be honest with you. It kind of makes me less fluid, takes me down a notch. So we don't need it, in my view. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. He talks about body types and all this, Paul Chek. I don't know. I haven't found that to be the case. But he's, if you check his energy out, he's more of a, this kind of guy. That's where he wants to be. He likes being, very forceful, very, I don't know what they call it, sattva. He's very high, high force, Again, I'm a middle path guy, so I don't know. It works for him to have all that. He talks about testosterone levels coming up and all this kind of stuff and being this real macho male. That works for him. That's where he's going. Anyways, I'm not putting down Paul. He's got a lot of really good stuff. Really knowledgeable guy. But Edita, does anyone have a success with chelation using green juice in Dr. Morse's herb formula? I'm hearing cilantro is so good for chelation. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Something about heavy metals redistribution. Yeah. Really, really good. And parsley too. They bind with those. And so do the clays, the bentonite clays. And I hear even the charcoal binds too. But more importantly, you guys, the pectin in fruit binds with heavy metals too. And moving lymph is the greatest way to get rid of heavy metals. If you're not flowing, if your rivers aren't flowing, you're not moving nothing. I don't care if it's metals or toxins or acids or parasites or funguses or bad bacteria or viruses. You got to move. Number one. The cilantro is good though. The cilantro is good. I love it. Kit Guest is back. Hey Kit. Besides washing fruit, isn't sea salt and baking soda a protocol itself? I don't use it myself as a protocol. Certainly you can make the case for a little bit of sea salt or baking soda for your enemas, but I don't really use it for a protocol as far as ingesting it myself. I know a lot of people think, they take in the baking soda and it's going to, alkalize them. But we're looking for interstitial, down to the cellular level alkalization through the astringency and pulling out of the acids. Acidosis is the opposite of alkalization. So we're looking for getting rid of the acids so we can alkalize. But no, I don't use it as any kind of a supplement, if you will. RPG Tips is back. All right, good. I soak my grapes in lemon juice too. Okay, good. That's going to naturally break up any kind of, the pesticides and the herbicides are actually oil based. So this will help dissolve those oils. Good. The Sheriff. Anything I eat, especially fats, healthy fats included, I get severe digestion issues probably some gallbladder weakness. It sounds like pancreatic weakness. And bloating and belching. Yeah, check on that pancreas and that gallbladder and the liver. But, again, when we detoxify, guys, we just start moving it all. It seems like symptoms of gallbladder. Yeah. Any idea how to naturally cure this? Detoxification. Get the lymph system moving. Start moving that lymph. Get the acids out. When we start backing up, when the kidneys aren't working properly and the skin isn't doing its job, we back up and we get pus and mucus. Mucus is a natural reaction to acids, you guys. So it goes out throughout all the glands. All the glands and organs just get backed up. Every cell gets backed up. It all gets backed up. You see people, they look puffy. They look toxic. They look acidic. You can see it a mile away. I just took a walk before the show, and God bless this guy. And I really sent him a blessing. He was driving a Prius, and on top of the Prius was a Domino's pizza delivery sign. And I thought, oh God, here is a guy. Okay, he cares about the environment enough to have a Prius. Good guy. And but he is out there unknowingly, I hope, delivering just the most toxic crap to people. That's fake cheese on there, that gluten bread. It's just the worst, lowest common denominator food. Just really horrible, horrible food. Nothing more acidic than cooked tomatoes, by the way. And they got the pepperoni on there, and all those cured meats are just unbelievably acidic, and all those chemicals in there. But I looked at him too, and we made eye contact, and his face was all puffy, his eyes were red, just had this not good tone to him. And I know that he's getting free pizza over there, so God bless him. How did I get off on that tangent? I don't know. But he's blocked up head to toe. You can see it. You can see it. It's not hard to spot, you guys. It really isn't. And the cleaner you get, the more you're going to see it in others and want to help others. I didn't stop him or anything. I just sent him a good blessing and a smile. And hopefully he wakes up. But he is not doing the Lord's work delivering Domino's pizza. And but he deserves healing. He deserves healing. He just doesn't know it yet. Hey, Mark, Matt B here. What are your Detoxia? This is Matt Barron. I hope it's Matt Barron. What are your thoughts on Kangen water ionizers? I'm not into Kangen water. I think it's too alkaline. Best way to alkalize, guys, and Gino says this too, is the fruit juices. It's hydration. It's the best. Water is not really, I don't really drink a lot of water, just in my teas, really. Not a fan of water. Don't need it. The best water you can get is inside those fruits. Simple as that. Really, really amazing water in a completely organic, completely balanced state. It's really all there. Stephanie Ross is on board. Oil pulling with coconut oil helps sensitive teeth. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for concurring, Stephanie. So good to have you here. Stephanie, everybody wants to see those pictures of those parasites, those little, they call them the shrimp. So many people, I must have 20 people asking me where those pictures are. So you have to post them. Post them on our group if you can, or post them up to my Facebook and I'll share them. Followed by activated charcoal on the teeth, pulls toxins and whitens the teeth. I know, something so black whitens the teeth. It's just super amazing. Thank you. Lori Yatch, good evening, Lori. Good to have you. Gisela is here. Gisela Lopez. Hold on here. Oh man, we got to get down to here. Hold on here, Gisela Lopez. Oh boy, we've got so many people here. This is so great. Although I've lost the stack here. Hold on. All right, so I caught up. Okay, so Gisela, can I get my kids into this? Why not? They're 8 and 12. Why not? Why can't we get humans back on fruit and tender leafy greens and some herbs? I mean, of course. Are they going to scream bloody murder if they're used to Fruit Loops and Funyuns? Do they still make Funyuns? Fake onion rings, Funyuns. Um, anyways, yeah, why not? Why not? You know what? Just always have whatever's in the house, kids will eat. I can guarantee that. You come home, I used to come home from school and I would just open that refrigerator and I would just ravage. Whatever's there, I was eating. So get rid of the junk and put in the good stuff, and that's what they're going to eat. That's all the choices, you know? So good. Yeah. God bless them. Go for it. Lori, we had a crack in our furnace and they said we had been breathing carbon monoxide for at least a year. I would make a tincture or pills. What top herbs would you recommend for carbon monoxide poisoning, crack in the furnace? I always fall back to detox. The herbs for detox. The four-way foundation, the foundation of all detoxification, guys, is, of course, kidney filtration and moving lymph. So kidney herbs to help with that. Adrenal herbs, the adrenals sit on top of the kidneys. They make anti-inflammatory steroids, which we all need. They also make neurotransmitters that run our autonomic nervous system. They make steroids to help bring down inflammation in the body. That's why adrenals are so important. So kidneys, adrenals, and the other glands, of course. Cleaning out the GI tract, trunk of the tree. So much runs through there. Gotta clean that, or the head won't drain especially. And lymphatic herbs to pull on the lymph system and stimulate it. So those are the herbs I recommend. Move that lymph. Moving the lymph clears out your history, your karma. That's the beauty of it. All that stored stuff. I heard there's people that have stored pennies in their bowels for decades. There's people totally full of plastic. There's people so full of recyclables they could be recycled. I mean, go figure. Move it. Clean out the history. Clean out the person that you used to be before you got the memo. That's called karma. Clear out the history and watch what happens. Lori, might explain my tiredness. I thought it was from detoxing, but it's almost been a year. Check your, tiredness is really tied to those adrenal glands and the thyroid. So check those blood pressures. 120/60 is where we want to be. All right. So you're probably chronically fatigued. A lot of people are. The glands are full of pus and mucus. They're not functioning properly. Of course, you don't feel good. Could have pituitary weakness. Learn how to read eyes, or get me your eyes. Let's do an eye reading. Stephanie, turpentine gets out sulfur big time. Yes, I'm hearing that. I had zero to no side effects after the turpentine. Good to know, Steph. Good to know. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to get my it might be in the mailbox. I gotta go check it. Detoxia also had a professional colonic today, post master fast. Yeah, this is Matt. Okay, it was so blocked up from psyllium husk pudding from 3 days ago. Highly recommended to everyone on regular colonics while fasting. Cold feet are gone. So Matt, you're saying that you think you need the colonics because that psyllium pudding can back up in the GI tract, and that just that constant mucoid plaque movement and the GI broom tincture is not enough. You think we absolutely need colonics while on the master fast? Let me know on that because I'm really interested. Stephanie Ross, my sweat was smelly for 2 months. Wow. All right, so that's a sign you were backed up a lot. So was it a sulfur smell, Steph? Probably on the turpentine, my experience. So yeah, you're probably full of sulfur, full of toxins, full of acids. On turpentine, you lose your appetite. They control if we are sad or happy. If they are dying, they make us feel like we are dying. Yeah, the parasites. Yeah, you were the one that told me that. That's amazing. So I hopefully you got back to happy after those parasites were gone. Charis, thank you, Mark. Your sunflower and I don't know what that other one is. Looks like a slice of pizza. Thank you, though. Blessing. LOL. Thank you. Thank you very much. Kit, not back in my cleanse yet. I'm a miracle waiting to happen. Yes, you are. In ER, watching you tonight. Ruling out basic stuff. I had a trauma in upper left quad. Could be an old inner injury. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Watching from the ER, Kit. We're going to all send a group blessing to you. Ready? Group blessing. Here you go. Get well, Kit. All right. Let us know what's going on. So let's see how we can help you. Stephanie, I added kefir grains to the Trader Joe's grape juice. 24 hours, it made it come to life and bubbly, totally different taste. So there you go. Probiotic grape soda using kefir grains from Body Ecology and grape juice from Trader Joe's. Wonderful. Kit, we'll be restarting. Okay, your detox. Good. Banderol, Samento, ABAB, garlic. Gotta lose this bloat. I'm confused. What you're saying about watermelon. I too love my yogurt and granola, but the granola especially packs it on. Fresh fruit alone really makes sense. I drink lots of juice with seltzer. All right, so we'll be starting. Banderol. This sounds like a drug. Cemento sounds like a drug. I don't know. Help me out, guys. ABAB, ABAB. Garlic will lose the bloat. So bloat, watch your food combinations. Pancreas could be down, definitely. GI tract cleaning, obviously. Watermelon, very aggressive. It's a very, very astringent, very, very, very moves lymph very, very aggressively for me. Yogurt and granola, not on my recommended list. Okay, so yeah, granola can pack on the pounds. Dairy just blocks you up. It's pus mucus forming. I don't care if it's probiotic and all that stuff. I don't like it. I don't want it. Seltzer in the juice. I would rather make a fizzy seltzer like what Stephanie's talking about than add seltzer to the juice. Stephanie, the whey with kefir on grape juice is more powerful than kombucha. Wow. I don't do well with kombucha myself. I get neck aches. When you eat something, you get a stiff neck or even a headache, you know it's not right for you. So kombucha was not. You can also do some muscle testing or pendulum testing. It just doesn't work for me, kombucha. Detoxia, Dr. Jennifer Daniels is the pioneer for turpentine. Yes, she is. Amazing. She says you must have 3 movements a day and you won't experience die-off symptoms. Okay. So good. So you don't want all that stuff backing up, all that sludge coming out backing up. That's good advice there. And do the enemas if you have to. Why not? GI Broom really helps get those 3 movements a day. Okay, Stephanie Ross, fruits have amino acids, very easily digested proteins. Yes, they do. We don't want proteins. We want amino acids. Plenty in fruit. Look at gorillas. They'll rip your head. A male chimp will rip you from limb to limb, and it's a fruitarian. Strongest animals in the world are vegetarians. Smartest and fastest. Okay, cheetahs are fast, but only very briefly. But quick through the trees and all that stuff. These are fruitarians. We're fruitarians. We get back to that. We'll be swinging from trees. Okay, we got Gisela. Turpentine. How do you take it? I've been told I have tons of sulfur. Help. Thank you. Well, you got to get. Look, I haven't done it yet. I ordered mine from Diamond G. Stephanie says it's the only place to get it. It's pure, 100% pure gum spirits, organic. You take it. What I'm hearing is you get some sugar cubes and you put a few drops on the sugar cubes, and you start slow that way. And I think Stephanie went up to a tablespoon or 2 a day. This is what I'm hearing. Do your research though. Listen to Dr. Jennifer Daniels, Gisela, on YouTube, and Stephanie, if you could post that turpentine page with a lot of info on there. I think you're the one that sent that to me. Eugene, I love Paul. Yeah, Paul check. Paul only eats meat whenever he does his workouts. Elliot Hulse got me into him, another great guy. Elliot Hulse has a real good video on cold showers. Love your vids, man. Thank you. Yeah, even though I'm not really pushing the meats, Yeah, we're pushing, stimulating the body, coming out of our comfort zone, so to speak, undomesticating ourselves, but really anti-paleo. Um, yeah, I guess it's whatever, and Paul is vibrating on a whole different energy level, more aggressive energy than I am, certainly. I'll look into Elliot though. Thank you very much, and thank you for accepting both of our ways here. Appreciate that. Carl Frugivol Mulder is on. Carl, good to see you. Hi, Mark. Started buying your kidney and adrenal boost. Good. I made them into tinctures, and wow, they're even more powerful than Dr. Morse's herbs. Wow, that's interesting. I've left them for 45 days. Super strong. I'm glad you're having good results with those. That's excellent. Thank you for the feedback. I really do appreciate that. Uh, yeah, I really love my especially my kidney filtration boost. I mean, I've been working on that for a long time and really got that one down, I think. It's just got a lot of stone busters in there, I call them, just to get out those sediments and really promote that kidney filtration. But thank you so much for that. I appreciate the feedback. Excellent service, and thank you. You bet, Carl. Thank you. Stephanie, on a different note, just bought a Grossan nasal sinus irrigation system. Absolutely love it. Helps nose, ears, and throat. This is an interesting idea, Steph, and I know you talked to me about that. As far as the head draining, lymph drainage out of the head, I think this is really valuable. I know that Dr. Morse likes the ear candling, but if we can also work on the nose and throat as well as the ears and irrigating that, this is a good idea for moving lymph. A lot of us are really suffering up in the head and they have a hard time moving lymph in the head. So this is interesting. The Grossan nasal sinus irrigation system. Now we know that Stephanie has got the tumor in her head, and she is really, really doing a lot of research and a lot of work on moving lymph in the head without the use of herbs, because by stimulating circulation, you can actually make the tumors grow. So she's doing it a different route. So this is all exciting, and thank you, Steph, for doing this research. I'll look into that Grossan. I might put that in my protocol ideas, as I check this out. So I appreciate that. Hold on, I skipped ahead again. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Charis says for Gisela, check out Dr. Jennifer Daniels. Yes, people have been using turpentine for hundreds of years, and she is pioneering turpentine protocols right now. Lots of good interviews on YouTube. Absolutely. I didn't know they were using it for hundreds of years. That's great. Yeah. I mean, let's get back to the natural ways, you guys, before the Rockefellers got a hold of our bodies. And the big pharma, big corporations, that are only for profit. And some of these people are so egotistical, especially the Rockefeller family. I don't know all the family. I know David was that they get so, I guess when you have $1 trillion, I mean, you must have a pretty darn big head and want to play God, but they're really into eugenics. A lot of these wealthy people are into eugenics, which is basically a culling of the herd. You don't want to be caught in that trap. I know it sounds kooky, but that's, I mean, having multi billions of dollars can kind of make you a little kooky and have a God complex, and want to cull the species. So be careful with that, you guys, especially with the vaccinations. I believe they're part of that program is a eugenics operation. Look up the word eugenics. You'll be surprised on how many people are behind it, including Ted Turner and just, I hear Oprah Winfrey is possibly behind it too. I don't know for sure. I'm just kind of going by with what I'm hearing. But be careful out there, getting caught in the webs of these narcissistic powers that are out there. Stephanie, I will post them right now on which page? Post up here. The pictures. Post them. Post them in the group detox page, okay? And then I can take it from there. I know a lot of people on that page are waiting for those pictures, Steph, so thank you. We'll post them in the comments on your fasting page. Yeah, perfect. That's great. Z Christine, hi Stephanie, just started the protocol with the terp. Yeah, keep us posted. Let us know how you're doing. Be careful, you guys. Lana, Yes, Stephanie Ross, post pictures, please. I've been telling a lot of people about it. Yeah, Stephanie, you really got quite a response out there. It was so great having you last week. Gisela, Charis, I will thank you. I'll check it out. Good. See, we're helping each other. This is wonderful. I love it. Lori, I've been using herbs while detoxing during the carbon monoxide. Was thinking I should have used something extra, but maybe it will be okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how long carbon monoxide is going to stay in the body. The residual carbon monoxide, just don't know. But the only thing you can do is move lymph, guys. That's all you can do to move things out. Deep breathing, breath work with some good air. Get out of the house and go get some good fresh air. I live right by the ocean. If you live by the ocean, a lake, a forest, these are the best places where you get the purest oxygen. The sheriff, thanks for the answer. I'll definitely work on a heavy detox. Celery juice should be good for the gallbladder, pancreas issues you mentioned. Yeah, the best thing to do is, I know the celery juice has a lot of these good minerals and salts and things like that. It's very alkalizing. Um, uh, but the astringency of the fruits of the cleansing power of the fruit and the herbs is really what's going to dissolve mucus in the gallbladder, pancreas, in my view, and help you have the energetics to strengthen everything. So that's the focus I would go on: the high fruit and those 4 basic herb groups I talked about would be my focus. And getting kidney filtration, of course. Okay, less from the vegetable side is more for the building, and the fruit side is more for the building and the cleansing and healing. Okay. Cindy, no cartilage in knees. What juice helps? Okay, so no cartilage in knees. The juice is going to help in the way that it's going to help you. Number one, again, let's back engineer this. Okay, the cartilage in the knees has disappeared because of acids. Acids have destroyed those knees. Okay, and some people say, well, I did a lot of exercise, and I was a skier, I was a runner, this and that. That's why I have no cartilage. Well, okay, so it's all acids, you guys, because if you're using those knees a lot, yeah, they can break down quicker because you're forming lactic acid when you're moving those, when you have the muscle movements, right? The lactic acid is not being flushed out, so that tells me your lymph system's not moving properly, which tells me you have acidosis. Anyways, more acids hitting there. Acids upon acids are destroying, they start to destroy those cells, okay? Also, it's a sign that you have a weak parathyroid because you're not utilizing calcium properly, okay? You have to put back the calcium in those knees, okay? Because as you have a hot spot, an acidic hot spot like in those knees, the body doesn't want to burn up, so to speak, so it's going to steal calcium from everything else around there, including the cartilage, including the bones, including the muscles, including the ligaments, all that. It's going to start stealing that calcium, weakening the structure of that knee. So you got to have a good, strong parathyroid that's utilizing calcium from your fruits and vegetables to put that back. So you got multiple systems down. You got a highly acidic body, and you're not replacing the calcium that's being borrowed. So detoxification, of course, the 4 basic things, and work on that parathyroid. I guarantee you that your adrenals are weak because you don't have the antacid steroids to fight these acids. It's obvious, and that your parathyroid is weak, which tells me when I see multiple glands down, check that pituitary too. Have a detox coach. Doesn't have to be me. There's plenty of them out there. Work with one. Get your eyes read. Get a full health questionnaire in, and let's figure it out. What systems need to be really, really focused on. But generally, the 4 areas by now: kidneys, adrenals, glands, lymphatic system, and GI tract. And start regenerating these tissues, you guys. I have so many friends my age that can't ski with me because they're got no cartilage. No cartilage in their knees and their backs, this and that. They become acidic, and everything is dried out. Acids dry everything, and of course, You put some pressure and those ligaments will snap on you. You make a wrong turn on a ski and boom, the knee's blown out. The suppleness is gone. The elasticity is gone, so it's going to blow right up on you. And you're done. And if you don't know how to realkalize the body, you're done for life. You're for life. There's people in their 40s that are on the couch for life. Sorry to say, they don't get to ski anymore. They don't get to surf anymore. They don't get to throw the football anymore. They don't get to ride their bikes. I mean, it's so sad. So sad. Alkalization is hydration. Okay. Candida die-off on the turpentine. Yes, got back to happy. We all, and I still have many. Okay, so the grumpy worms have left and the happy ones are there. Okay, well, I guess as you dig deeper, they're not going to be too happy when they feel that turpentine hit them. Rosaline, get well, Kit. Oh yeah, Kit, we love Kit. Kit, well, yeah, absolutely. We're all here to help you. Andy, does garlic, onions, and peppers all contain sulfur and is best to avoid? Yeah, those are organic sulfurs. Use them sparingly is my advice. We all love the taste of these things, but you just use them sparingly. It's really those inorganic sulfurs, from those vaccinations and antibiotics and things like that that are really, the pharmaceuticals are really the culprits that I've found. And the MSMs, the glucosamines, chondroitins, things like that. When you start taking in that kind of sulfur, it's really not good. The onions and the garlic and things like that and the cruciferouses can exacerbate it. Even though they're organic sulfurs, they can exacerbate a sulfur condition. So best to avoid it. Kit, thank you. You bet. Stephanie, must do enemas and activated bentonite clay psyllium husk within an hour after the turpentine to help with the die-off. I'm going to repeat that. Must do enemas and activated bentonite clay. You probably missed charcoal. Activated charcoal, bentonite clay, and psyllium husk. That's the psyllium pudding, basically, within an hour after the turpentine to help with the die-off. So that comes in and soaks up everything is what I'm getting from you. Okay, good advice. Rosaline, how do you know they have candida issues? How do you know they have candida issues? I don't know who they are. You know you have candida issues when you have all the signs of candida. There's many signs, of course, gas, bloating, depression, achy joints, brain fog, all those things. When you have the orange around the pupil of the eyes, that's a dead giveaway. When you see orange in the eyes, that's a dead giveaway you've got candida, because that's sulfur. And sulfur slows down and gunks up the lymph system, and the candida just proliferates in a sulfuric, gunked up condition. A teaspoon of sugar is helpful with the turpentine. Kit's saying the Banderol, Cemento, and ABAB, all herbal combos. Mark, okay, I haven't heard of those. They sound kind of pharmaceutical. They got some fancy names. Let me know what herbs are in there. Didn't have GI Broom tinctures, only capsules. In my opinion, yes, very important to keep things moving constantly, especially for those who get backed up easily. Absolutely. Falan, 11:11. Oh, it must be 11:11 your time. Okay, good. Thanks. All much love to you from all of us. Thank you for all the hearts. Appreciate it. Stephanie, I did 2 tablespoons one time and it was too much. They used to do that to get tapeworms. I did turpentine and castor oil with OJ and turpentine and sugar. Tried to replace the sugar with grape juice to attract candida and yeast. Okay. So yeah, they recommend, I know, on the site that you sent me, it was recommending the just the plain sugar, but you're trying to use subsidies. I know that someone was saying the honey wasn't working, so to do just do the plain sugar. I know a lot of us don't like plain sugar, so that okay. So you're trying the grape juice and all that, orange juice and castor. I hear the castor oil helps it get down in the GI tract and help it stick in the GI tract longer for killing in there. That's why they do the castor oil. Stephanie Ross, listen to your body. Absolutely.
We've got Moon Sun Reiki. Hey, Mark, have you ever tried colloidal silver? Yeah, I used to be a big colloidal silver fan. Um, I bought a bottle over 2 months ago, but am a bit fearful of trying it after reading all the pros and cons. Yeah, I used to be on the Bob Beck protocol. That was part of my journey years ago. Bob Beck protocol is taking colloidal silver and using a blood electrifier. It's a 25 hertz square wave pulse that's hooked into your two your vein and artery right here, and also there was the ozonated water also. This was all supposedly stuff to kill bad bacteria. I'm just not such a fan of that anymore. I've moved beyond that in a way. I like Dr. Morse says, I don't blame the pathogens. I blame myself for creating a nice, wonderful, comfy, cozy home for them. So once we remove the sewage out of the body, these places have these guys have nothing to eat, and they want to leave. And you hit them with a little bit of turpentine or some tough herbs, like the pau de arco. I mean, they want to go. They are the black walnut hulls. So yeah, so I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the colloidal silver. I do like it though. When I get out of the water surfing, sometimes the water's really really polluted, especially after a rain. So I'll take it and I'll gargle with it and swish it in my mouth and rinse it out. I think topically it's good. I know if I get a scratchy throat, I think I'm coming down from something, I will gargle with it, and sometimes take in an ounce. But I'm not really such a big fan of it anymore. After eating fruit first day off Master Fast, I had a reaction that evening. Very cold feet, very poor circulation. Now I'm back. Now I know my lack of circulation was due to being very blocked up internally. Absolutely. Lack of circulation is blockages. Sometimes a blocked up lymph can block up the blood flow in the body as well. Cold hands and feet is really a sign of thyroid, weak thyroid. Keep working on that thyroid. Just because you're off master fast doesn't mean you're off detoxing, right? So keep working on it. Hope this helps others. Absolutely. Yeah, Matt, you've shared a lot with us. You've helped a lot of people, actually, especially when you had that healing episode. Heard watermelon skin when juiced is more nutritious than the meat. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, actually, when you do the watermelon, get down to that white stuff too. Try to get an organic watermelon. Who knows? The skin. I like cutting off the skin because a lot of those toxins are trapped in that first layer. But if you get organic watermelons, you don't have to worry about that. We got Karthik. Yes to Toxic. John Rose and Juice Daddy both suggest juicing watermelon with rind. I've been doing that for the last few weeks. Okay, good. The Sheriff, thanks so much. Bedtime on the East Coast. Good night. Yeah, what is it pushing? Oh, God, we're at the 2 hour mark. Okay. So that's got to be what, 11:30 for you. Okay. Karthik, I just jumped past you. Hi, Mark. Can we take coconut milk during detox? It will slow it down. Yeah, absolutely. Juice fast for 15 days, become skinny. My face becomes straight from round and my body fat is 7.1. How to get fat? Well, bananas and dates, high calorie fruits will definitely fatten you up. Avocados. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know why I yawned. You made me tired by talking about bedtime out there on the East Coast. But so keep the calorie count up, during your detox as best you can. Bananas, dates, and avocados, and you'll still stay on your fruits, and they're not as, of course, as astringent, but you'll be on that. Stephanie, Candida test first thing in the morning. Have a glass of water, spit in that before eating or drinking. If it sinks, you have Candida. I believe either it will float or sink. Interesting. I've heard that before. I've never done that though. Interesting. No, honey does not work with the turpentine. Maple syrup, sugar, brown sugar, orange juice, and maybe grape juice with the turpentine. Thank you. Karthik, did 2 tablespoons of castor oil and 1 tablespoon of turpentine around 9 p.m. And oh my God, I had to be in the toilet till 4 a.m. in the morning. I think we should start with 1 teaspoon of castor oil. Yeah, okay. Thank you for that tip. Wow. Yeah, I know castor oil can really, really get things moving. Um, Claire. Hi, Mark. It's Claire here. What do I do when low adrenals are when lower adrenals are lifting 110 and kidneys have lifted to 77? Do I keep with the licorice root tea? Um, okay, you can look 120 is what we're looking for on the top number, and if you get to 125, 128, okay, you want to back off. But pardon me, you're certainly in the zone here. Kidneys have lifted to 77. Um, I'm assuming that you took the licorice root tea and both your numbers have come up. I would, yeah, just stay. Yeah, don't overstimulate too much. You don't want to get those lift those kidneys up over 80 too much. So that'll bring you up to about 115 on the adrenals and a little over 80 on the kidneys. You don't want to go much above that, but I would stay. That licorice root tea really does help perk up those adrenals. Your adrenals will start making more neurotransmitters and more antacid steroids, so that's a good thing. But you want to get those kidneys filtering. That'll lower that bottom number. That'll lower that kidney number. Okay, and those adrenals will stay high. Most of us have high kidneys and low adrenals, so we want to get those kidneys up those adrenals up and those kidneys down. Okay, so by detoxing and removing the sediment and the mucus and pus out of those kidneys, by keeping them far away from proteins and acid forming foods, you'll start to get that number down as you clear. Okay, and the adrenals will come up, and will love it. Rosaline. Oh shoot, I skipped ahead again. Okay, hold on. They have all these great programmers over there at YouTube, but they still got to work on this. They still have to work on this thing. I don't know why. This window just bounces around a lot. Okay, so that was the sheriff. Okay. Okay, so yeah, there's Claire. Now there's Rosaline. Thank you, Mark. I was asking about Candida because I didn't know much about it. There are so many people dealing with this issue. Have a great night, and thanks for your time and knowledge. You bet, Rosaline. Yeah, Candida is a widespread issue with so many people. Stephanie posted a bunch of photos. Have hundreds. So many things came out. Lost my appetite. So when I do an enema, it was pure pathogens. 70% are microscopic, 30% are visible. Wow, can't wait to see those. Thank you for posting that, Stephanie. A lot of people are happy about that. Listen to your body regarding terp and sugar. I'm not a doctor. I absolutely love, but not everyone may resonate with it. Yeah, you got to listen to your own body. Definitely decalcify my pineal gland, castor oil on an empty stomach only. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, this thing just skips around. Okay, Charis, good night, Mark. Good night, Charis. Good to talk to all. See you next week. Peace. Absolutely. See you next week. Fala, Pennsylvania bedtime. Thanks. Learned so much. Already feeling better. So much too. Grateful, Falan. So grateful that you're feeling better. Yeah, just talking about this, gives us inspiration. Robin, hi, Mark. Wondering what effects you might see from lymphatic herb capsules. Skin flushing, constricted pupil. Does this seem normal? Okay, so lymphatic herb capsules, skin flushing. Yeah, as you're moving toxins and acids, you could see some flushing for sure. Constricted pupil, that's a sign of adrenal tension. Anxieties, things like that could come up as you raise blood pressures, as you stimulate the adrenals. Sometimes we have to go backwards before we go forward. This all seems normal during a detox. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me know more about what you're going through. These are all seem to be pretty much normal healing episodes. Sometimes the glands go hyper and hypo with it, back and forth. So, Detox is an art, but if you have questions, get a hold of me on email or here. Andrew, you alluded to the target organs to detox lymph, but not what actual herbs. Um, the yeah, the kidney herbs are, of course, juniper berries are wonderful. Uva ursi is a real stone buster. Dandelions, nettles, things like that. Parsley's even good. Uh, go to Dr. Morse's site and look up his formulas. Pretty much has all the herbs listed. I do too on Giovanna Detox, JivannaDetox.com. I list all the herbs too. So just pick out the specific areas you want to go after, and you can make your own formulas. I'm all for that, you guys. Get the herbs in you. That's what I'm all about. Um, okay. Oh, it bounced ahead again. Um, I think we're down to the bottom of the stack here, you guys. Yes, Stephanie, the castor oil I started with 2 teaspoons of castor oil and 1 teaspoon of terp. Added to OJ in the to the tablespoon of castor oil. Also froze castor oil caps for 2 weeks. Later, 6 frozen caps gets the large intestine, lower and large intestine. I'm going to repeat that. Started with 2 teaspoons of castor oil and 1 teaspoon of turpentine. Added the OJ to the tablespoon of castor oil. Froze castor oil caps for 2 weeks. Later, 6 frozen caps gets the lower. So I guess the frozen castor oil gets both the lower and the upper intestine detoxed. Okay. Um, just trying to get my head around this. Okay. Castor oil, turpentine, and orange juice is her combination. Okay, and frozen the castor oil caps. Okay. Claire Sharp, thanks, Mark. I appreciate your advice. You bet, Claire. Darcy, Mark, what would you suggest for an extremely painful GI tract to keep things moving? Love you. I love slippery elm and marshmallow root for soothing that GI tract. Really, really wonderful. Okay. Um, and to keep things moving, of course, enemas, colonics, really. Dr. Morse's GI Broom is wonderful for keeping things moving. The Cascara Sagrada in there is really wonderful. Um, that's really a good thing too. You got to keep moving those acids build up while you're detoxing for sure. But be a friend with enemas, you guys, really. And baking soda enemas if you have to, and if you have a really lot of acids there. But they really, really help. Okay. Um, Okay. Lana, Mark, you said any orange in the eyes is toxic. It's a sign that you have sulfur in the eyes, hence candida. So yeah, those are toxins. Absolutely. Yes. Z. Christine, in the photo posted to Mark Gordon Facebook under a different, is the photo posted to Mark Gordon Facebook under a different name? I think it's posted to the Detox Spring Equinox Detox group is where Steph posted it. So check over there. Okay. Um, all right. Night, Rosaline. Good to have you. Thank you so much for showing up every week. Appreciate it. Posted it to a spring fasting page. The pics are on my group detox spring fasting page. So there we go. We did about a little over 2 hours. You guys went by real fast. See, Christine, thank you. So great to talk about all this. It gets simpler and simpler, doesn't it? We all got it. We all figured this out. Now we're moving into some other areas. Really exciting. We keep progressing, and just such an honor to be here and to share what knowledge I have and what experience I have, and in talking to so many people and working with so many people. It really is about the experience. I just keep learning more and more each time, thanks to you guys. And we're getting, thousands of people watching these. It's wonderful, and you guys participating really helps. Um, so Lana, thank you, Mark. God bless for all you do. God bless you and everybody that's helping. By healing ourselves, we're healing others. And by being an open current, like I say, to helping others and answering their questions, and having them observe you, just your family and friends observing what you're doing, being the crazy person out here on the fringe and not shriveling up and dying, and actually thriving on fruits and herbs, and not withering away and not getting super, emaciated, and going out there and doing athletics, showing up and just just carrying on while doing this is just wonderful. So, anyways, thank you so much. Blessings to you, Chris Lippy. Blessings to all of you. And like I always say, may all beings be freed of suffering. So much of the suffering on this planet is absolutely needless and absolutely, unwarranted. And rather than feeling like a victim, empower yourself and step beyond it. We can do that very, very easily by stepping out of the programming that society has put us in. The first person we see is usually a doctor. So of course we're going to feel comfortable with the things that we've seen since youth. So it's about breaking that spell and trusting and turning and returning back to nature, and feeling the force and power as we align with that. And we're doing that through the fruit and through the herbs and through the green leafy vegetables and through the reconnection to nature. And one last thing, you guys, I'm experimenting now with sandals that you can ground. There's a kit where you can actually hammer in some copper rivets to the bottom. You can make sandals that actually ground you to the earth again. So we can walk around and have that connection to Mother Earth. So God bless you all. We'll see you next week. And thank you for showing up and helping me. And blessings to all who are suffering and who are all on this path, the path of healing and the path of healing others. To all the healers and all the ones being healed, good night. We'll see you next week. Thank you.